Fantastic. Here we go. Everything looks good. Everything says excellent. Stream health is great. Excellent. We can get started. What are we going to talk about to begin with? Let's have a look at the reference photo. I think I've got it here. Here we go. This is what I'm trying to do. And today, going to be working on the her back and around her shoulder, and just try to get those white highlights, and the top of her top. I think that'll be good. And there's some quite complicated reflections from where they're standing in the water. So let's see how we get on. And for this particular painting, I'm going to start off with a fresh set of pastel pencils. So I'll just make sure I've got nothing on my desk except for white. And let's hold it up to that little camera. So we've got a little white pastel pencil. This is, if we've got a number, Abothello 1400 100. And I think we're going to use that. And for her, just around her top, I might use I think I'll just do a bit of blue to outline that. So for the water, I have to stand up. So the water has been done in pan pastel with a selection of blues and, oops, fix that camera. What's that dragging on? Oh, get out from under there. One sec, sorry. Be good. Be good, you camera. Although, aim it up at me. Just so we've got a talking head of sorts. Here we go. Lift this up a bit more. Oh dear. Oh dear. Just dropped my camera. Fantastic. That's how we like to start a stream. Should get a bit more organised before starting. Just as well these things don't cost a lot of money. Where was I before I so rudely interrupted myself? Let's push this chair out the way. Be gone. Really tell I've set up for the stream today. So the water's done in a variety of blues, but there's also this bright yellow-green I've tossed in. Tried to get some of the light rays coming down. So we've got a bit of guesswork because it's been a while since I touched this picture. And it looks like it looks to me as if my underdrawing is faded away. That's fantastic, isn't it? We have to have a bit of guesswork. I think that blue line will just make it clear to me where something like that. Pop that away just so that I've got an outline of where her top's going to be. And this is going to be a bluey black top. So I won't be using black, but I will use a dark blue to represent the black of her top. And then she's got a beautiful red dress on. So let's see if we can. And I haven't got my. I normally have got a little light sitting up here. And that's missing. We just want to very carefully map out possible. Where this back and arm begins. And what happens is in the refraction is that all of this part of her suddenly gets reflected and refracted back into so the water where they're standing is sort of cutting across here from what I can see. Is that right? It's really does my head in trying to understand what's going on. And that's okay, there's nothing like a challenge, right? But this, if we can just get some of her skin tone underway, that will then give me the reference point. If I can get this bit in without worrying too much about the reflection, if I can get her arm and back sorted with the right colours, then we can just do a visual representation of that reflecting back up. I'm okay with the white to start off with. Okay. The white underpainting for skin is very acceptable. Right, that's how it goes. So I'll just zoom in so that we can see this. Let's check my camera. Am I on the right one? Okay. Reset. Yeah. Here we go. Yep. So we're already off to a cracking start. And I don't mind the fact that we've got this grey. The grey, somehow I've got to hang on to this grey. Find another little blue, I think. Just looking at her arm. I think we'll use this. Wow. Okay. Means top. Somewhere like that. You might just put some music on because otherwise you might just hear me breathing in the background. And where's the music? Here we go. There we go. I've got a feeling I'm in concentration mode. Map out that. That at the top that I see. Yep. Let's get back to might you say sorts of interesting colours around her arm. Why don't we start with a bit fleshy? Let's What are you? You're a Gioconda. I think this one. Wow. Sorry, I'm just thinking about where we're at. Something like that, I think. You know, sometimes I start these paintings and I go, oh, this is a pretty picture. You know, lovely reference photo. I'm sure that'll be easy to paint. And it's anything but. Because in the reference photo, the reflection of her arm on her arm is really messing me up. That's okay. We can only do what we can do. And sometimes the painting won't work, but I'm pretty sure this is going to turn out okay. And the big thing about art is the hardest thing about it is starting. I've never had a hobby which is so frightening, except for working on computers, of course. Trying to build a computer, and when it doesn't post, and you're like, what did I do wrong? What did I do? What we'll do is we'll just build up some contours of her arm here. Just little strokes. All this is going to be in dark shadow. But we'll do our lights first, because they'll give us a nice little map. Go all the way to somewhere about there, that's right. I'll just chat away to myself so that I can get over the fear of painting. If I can get over the fear of painting, you can too. Just try and find, if you're doing portraiture, and pastels, just remember every part of that body is curving and often not in the direction that you imagine. It's sort of some skin's going up that way and some's going up that way. As the muscles are pushing and pulling the skin across the body. So I'm not looking for shapes to begin with. I'm just looking to go which way are the muscles pulling? Can I find them? And this underlying grey paper is actually quite good for skin because there's a lot of grey in skin, more than what we imagine. Okay, so what colours have we used so far? I've got a Faber-Castell number 132 and my white. Put that one back. I haven't touched that. And the blue, which is just an outline off your top. So that doesn't count. And for shadow, I've gone with a Derwent Indigo 36D. I use that quite a lot. I think we're going to get some yellow undertone, some yellows and some reds going. Maybe we've got a sienna. Let's see if I can find, yeah, this one. Where's my other Faber-Castell? Where are you? Writing in here somewhere. Don't make me pull you all out. Not you. It's a Gioconda I just put back. I'll find you. Hunt you down. So just go to... We've got the 132 and a 189 is it's quite a nice little, just, you see it's much darker, and surprisingly we've got some warmth in here. You're about there. add a bit of warmth in. Actually, from looking at that, comes in, be more of a down. Up. Just adjust that. So it comes in. And it goes more up. No, you're exaggerating it, David. It's a definite dip. Something like that. Feels a bit better. Let me get a something a bit different from that. this one. I want a sienna. We will find the right shade. Sure, I had a sienna in here somewhere. You'll do. Not quite right either. Pop you into a different box. Brown's right over there. Don't want to go too dark too quick. Yeah, that's better. A lot of this colour is going to end up being buried anyway, because it be covered by some blues, I think. I want to get the shape of things to come. Without going all detailed. We end up with this sort of spidery stripes to begin with. And got some darks sitting on top of lights, so they're already beginning to blend. I miss having my light shining down, which got rid of a lot of shadows for me. But I took it off because I want to do these reflections up here. And the way I've set up my paper is the paper is attached directly to a pre-cut foam board. And I really should have had more space, like I did on my last painting. That's okay. We'll work with it. So that one's a good one. This is number 188. That didn't work. We'll put that aside. So we've got 188 and 189. So 89 is the lighter one. And then my very lighter one is 132. So we're hanging on to those. They're going to be in our skin tones. I want to get a yellow going. We'll have an ochre, I think. An ochre. This ochre's a bit strong, but it's okay. We'll come back to light later. Just need some yellow going on in this middle section of your arm. And I'm trying to sculpt, bring my picture to life by sculpting it. We'll hang on to that. That's a 211. Oh, that's a Koh-i-Noor. That's why it wasn't quite the one I wanted. I'm trying to stay within the Faber-Castell range. I don't think I've got a... See what this pit is like. More lemony. It's not a bad thing. We'll stick with that. Put you away. That's a 183. And then bring out our whites and just tone it all back. Use this as a blender. We haven't actually used any red on this yet. We'll give that a bit of a brush. So I think it's time for me to finish this drink. Which had got cold. That was disgusting. The choice to make is it a cold red or is it a warm red? I think we'll go with a bit of both. Bit of both. We'll have cold underneath, I think. Is that going to be cold enough? It's raspberry. I don't want to go too dark. What's my other one? I've got crimson, I think. Is crimson colder? Ooh, crimson's... Oh, that's cadmium. Where's my crimson? Crimson. Crimson is colder. There we go. Yeah, that's warm. So warm is heading towards the yellows. And cold is heading towards the blues. These are colour theory for the day. And what I want to do with these colder reds is mix them with a blue and create my own violet. That crimson looks warm to me. But we'll keep them. We haven't used you. Where are we at? Are we ready for greens? And what I need is sort of a... yeah, we need to introduce some green. Go for a bright yellow-green. Just go light to begin with. It's a bit too... not quite ready for that one. We can use that later on. Maybe I want to... not sure that I want olive. I do need green in here. It's probably too subtle for you to see at the moment. We're just going to add some interesting texture, flavor to the colors. So we'll keep that one. That's a Carbothello, number 575. So we'll keep that in our skin collection. So our skin collection so far is building up. We've got some reds, some sort of fleshy pinks, 3 of those. We've got an ochre and a green, and of course we've got our white. And I'm just gonna do a little bit of blending. I want more red. Where's the red? Okay, we're going to use this. This is number, I think it's 631. 681. Carbothello 681. And it is one of my all-time favorite blending pencils. Put some red down. Go over with this fleshy pink emerges. Let's do a bit of brushwork, blend stuff in. Okay, so now we've got a skin underpainting done with the midtones, really. We've got highlights around here, but it's okay with those highlights. And we've got the shape of things starting to happen. Going to be a long painting, so what I need to do is now take this, get that up there, and I will attempt to do that later. For now, I think we can. Let's bring this all back down. Have a seat. Check the cameras are all good. There we go. That doesn't look so bad. We've gotten some luminance, right, on the skin tones. So going to have more shadow coming around in here, up here, and just keep building up some layers in here to get the right mix, because we're doing skin that's underwater, so we've got some different tonalities happening. But already my collection of skin tones is becoming big. If you've got the pastels, use them. It's my view. If you've got the pastels, use them. Let's zoom out and see the... We haven't got much done, but you see more from a distance. It's starting to get there. So, until next time, I hope you get on and do some painting and drawing of your own. And I hope you continue to join me on this journey through this underwater scene. Let's just get another big view of it. Right. It's absolutely complicated. And the trick is not to get frightened and just say, I can do that. I can do that. All right. Thank you very, very much for watching.